What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. The only true way to learn about women. The only true way to learn about women. I'm going to leave y'all in suspense for a few seconds and stuff, man. Just finishing the gym. It's actually light out. It's still early. I just went to the gym just a little bit later. Plus did the arms, tries, and shoulders and stuff. And shout out Cousin T-Taw. You know, I did the 2-piece with Mambo Sauce. And there's a young lady in here. I told her about it. She was checking it out. So it's going to be spreading. 2-piece with Mambo Sauce. In fact, yeah, let me see. I got to find that video. I'm going to try to find that video I showed when me and him were working out. Did the 2-piece with Mambo Sauce. Anyway, right? Yeah. But the only way to really learn about women, man. Anyway, the only real way to learn about women, man, you gotta get out, man. That's it. You gotta get out. And I've said this 1,000 times. I'm gonna say it again. Even regardless of everything I say on here, you still gotta go out. You know, because a lot of people, they want to listen and stuff. It's the equivalent of listening to some dudes sit around talk about basketball and different moves, stuff that happens. And you listening and call yourself learning game, but you got to get out there and play it. And I'm going to tell you what I know, what I share, I know from interacting beyond beyond just a simple like hi with thousands of women from childhood. I mean, like actually talking to them and stuff. And when I say interacting, let's be clear. I ain't saying stroking all of them. Nowhere near thousands. Nowhere near that. Only a few, only a handful of individuals on the planet could actually say that. Seriously. But just talking with them and experiencing different things. Except for one thing. Because somebody hit me up privately. I ain't going to give his name. He wanted to know how to get an ex back. I've never done that because I never really tried. So, I don't know. I can't speak on that one. Now, I've gotten back with some women I might have tapped years ago and, you know, get with them again or something. But that's not a relationship. You know, that's a friends with benefits thing that just didn't end. The friendship didn't end. But even beyond that, just talking with women differently, you know, different women of different races, different countries. I ain't even had to travel to do it and stuff, because living in D.C., we got people from all over the world. Seriously. And especially when going to America and got people from all over the world. Women from all over the world. I still remember one time eating with some Czechoslovakian women and stuff. They had some type of dish, and it was I've never had anything like it before. Very good though. It's supposed to be some type of dessert. I can't remember what it was. Well, it was good though. It was good. I still got a picture of them somewhere. One of those old style pictures and shit. But you know, dealing with Dutch women, all of that. Because I told you in D.C. that it might still be there, subculture where you had a bunch of Dutch nannies, primarily Dutch nannies, who just wanted to hook up with brothers. It was there in the 90s. Even made like a local newspaper. But I don't know if it still exists. Somebody might know. Let me know. Probably do. But my point is just dealing with women all over the world, like literally. She, one of the finest women I met, different races. One of the finest women I met was a full-blooded Apache. God damn, she was fine. But my point is just you deal with different women, all of a sudden you start figuring out stuff, like about their nature and stuff. Because if one does something, it's like, okay, 2 do something. But then if 3, 4, 5, you know, 27 do something, it's like, oh, okay, here's the pattern. Okay, what they have in common. okay, they were this, and this, and, you know, this social class had this going on. You'd be like, okay. And then actually being in relationships with women, you know. Every sexual thing from maybe, you know, a good feel at the go-go. You know, grinding up on some woman's butt at the go-go. Shit, to a hand job somewhere, or fingering someone at an art museum. Yeah, this is a wild shit. To living with some women. Well, just live with one and then married another one. She's been through marriage, been through divorce. And let me just say something real quick about the divorce thing. I was smiling the day of divorce. I was smiling, shit, when I, you know, got me something to eat. Shit. That was, people always be like, oh, it's terrible, it's terrible. Depends on the circumstance. Depends on the circumstance. And no, I don't pay 1 penny in child support or alimony. But my pimps get money out of me anyway, so that's different. But the courts don't have no control. But I want to throw that out there. People will be like, you know, it's just different stuff out there. But the thing is, if a dude really wants to learn women, the only way is to interact. And then pay attention. You interact on your own, then pay attention to what you see out here, right? Like, I give you an example. Okay, I'm just coming out the gym. There was this stocky dude, more big stocky dude coming out with this real slim woman. But yet you get some guys who I wonder where they live. They were like, you know, they'd be like, oh no, you gotta be slim. You gotta be real slim for a woman. I don't know where y'all live. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's an American thing. Maybe it's a distinct East Coast thing, you know. But you see, like, fine women with certain types of, with bigger men. In fact, I see that around, like, in my general region more than I see, like, a so-called model type with a woman, period. Just be real. And I'm just outside of Baltimore, so you're talking Baltimore, D.C., with people from all over the world, you know. I got a travel range from, like, Philly to Northern Virginia, you know, or the height thing. People making such a big deal, but I consistently see guys who are under 5'10" with, like, fine women. I mean, it is what it is. But you got to get out and see that. But even beyond that, if you're talking about for yourself, the only way you really going to know women is you got to go out and see how they interact with you. Because I would challenge anybody who say, well, women do this and that. I would say, well, how many women have you actually engaged, like had a conversation with? And we can't even get to sex, because let's be real, most guys out here, shoot, a lot of guys, a significant number, their sex life is them and themselves and shit. But, or like less than the number of fingers on a hand. And you could like count that off and still can do a gun. And even then, they might have had to pay for that shit. But they haven't interacted. Seriously, if you had, seriously. Because if you interact with enough women, one of the things, oh crap, I forgot where I was. Shit, shot celebration. Fuck. I got this early in the morning here. You know what? I might just stay in this lane. Wait. Okay. Let me go. Come on. Go. All right. Yeah, I forgot there's a high school. The John Carroll High School. They be bringing their students in this morning. Be kind of tight. Anyway, right? You get a lot of guys, they haven't really engaged a lot of women. Like, just period, just talk. How many women have you, like, sat and talked with? I mean, women have you been friends with? Like, it's funny, a lot of guys complain about the friend zone, but you ain't even been friends with a woman. Look, I'm gonna be real. Your first, I mean, with most guys who get women, their first girlfriend came out of a group of female friends that they could sit and talk to, maybe in high school, maybe in the neighborhood and everything. Somewhere. You know them first, and then it'd be that one that you feel like, oh, okay, she a little bit cooler. She cooler than the rest, you know? Or how many of these guys go to parties or something, like dance with like different types of women, you know? Because that's where the biggest issue is. Because if you interact with women if you smart and you interact, you'll figure out what works and don't. Nobody has to tell you. Nobody has to tell you what works for you. You'll figure out which women, okay, which women feeling your body, your looks, whatever. Which women are feeling your personality. And you figure out which ones ain't. And then you just figure out the pattern. All right. So, yeah, certain type of women. Okay, these women, okay, they always checking me out, but these ain't. This type of woman's friendly. These ain't. When I'm dressed like this, I get the attention of women. But when I'm dressed like this, not. Okay. Then common sense says, okay, I need to get women. Let me put this on. This on. Seriously. Because that's a frustration I see. It's a damn shame. And this is just from looking at it, from trying to help dudes. It was like, well, dudes, how many have you talked to? Because I've even talked about that before. There's a lot of guys who are select and don't know it. Because they're not talking to the women. You don't know. Shit, you don't know who's checking you out, whatever. But you got to open your mouth. And it's funny, like, just on so many levels. Like, you get some guys saying, what the? Oh, okay. Somebody just going to stop like that. But, you know, you get some guys saying, well, women don't like personality. How would you know if you haven't talked to one? Or got sex based, or got sex from a woman who lets you know she wasn't that physically attracted to you, but, you know, you talk with her, got with her and stuff, and you just grew on you. She just, you just grew on her, rather. Seriously. How would you know if you don't get out there? You got to get into the game. You just got to talk. You just got to interact. And here's the thing. It's like I've talked about before. It's just like playing basketball, moving without the ball. Everything ain't about trying to get in their drawers. Sometimes you just have a good time. And that's one thing I would suggest. Just talk to the women. Have a good time. Learn to laugh, or just learn to interact with them without trying to get any pussy. Seriously. That's when you learn a lot. Every woman ain't meant to be stroked. Shoot, you don't need to. But you need to talk to them. It's practice. That's why I tell guys, you know, talk to at least 3 women a day. You know, just say hi. Just say hi. Just say hi. And what that does is build a muscle within you. So then when you run into a woman that you actually want to get with, that you find attractive, that you got what I call the damn principle, the woman so fine, you got to approach her. Wait a minute. I hit a button I ain't need to push. Anyway, you get with that type of woman and stuff, you see that type of woman, then you don't have any fear. Like I did a video before, I said I don't have any approach anxiety. That's because I ain't give a fuck. And yeah, I was rejected. Never rudely rejected, though. That's one thing I gotta say. That's something else I hadn't experienced. Just getting rudely rejected. Like the rudest rejection, she was actually very calm and stuff. She wasn't like this or talk trash about me. You know? Now, of course, I've been rejected, but usually it's like, oh, no, thank you, or something. You know? It is what it is. Now, I've seen some dudes been rudely rejected, and, you know, that's secondary, which you directly witness you right there. But what I'm seeing with a lot of dudes, they making statements, but I'm like, where you live? You don't see this? Okay, you obviously didn't experience it, but you don't see this? You making assumptions? You know? Have you figured out what it is about you? Seriously, because like I said, even for all I do, I tell y'all to go out and test it. See what it works. See, does it work for you? Seriously, nobody can say I never said that. I never said don't go out and test it. like just follow it, like unquestioningly. I say, go out and see if it works for you. You know, you need to do that with any advice given online. See if the shit work. Don't say it don't work until you try it. That you actually tried it. Because that's the best way. That's the best way. Then you see a lot of stuff. Then you see, okay, you see the tendencies. You see the things that go against tendency. And one of the things I've seen just engaging with women over my lifetime, really, over my lifetime, is each woman got their own taste anyway. You can't say. Like even a consensus thing. Yeah, a consensus of women could say a man handsome, he this or that. But at the end of the day, it's what the woman in particular want. I don't care who the woman is. And see, a lot of guys going in, one of the issues a lot of men do is they making assumptions about whether or not a woman will want them before they even know anything about the woman. You don't know. You don't know what's up and what she really like until you actually engage with her, until you talk with her. Shit. Regardless of what other women might say about you or what you might think or you might look in the media to think about, you don't know what that particular woman gets turned on by. And you won't know until you actually engage her. You say hi to her, talk to her. You know? That's how you know. And they don't kill you. Because think about it like this. Think about it another way. Say you see a very attractive woman. What is better to do? What is better to do? Not approach her, not talk to her because you think she'll reject you, which you're going to be thinking about for a very long time, or just shooting your shot and see what's up. Now, if you shoot your shot and she reject you, at least you can say, well, you know what, I shot my shot. You can be calm. You took the shot. You know? Otherwise, you'd be what if and all of that. Then you start telling yourself a bunch of stuff, thinking, oh, well, I can't, you know, she this or that. You don't know what she like. You don't know what turns on. Trust me, that's something I had to learn. That's something I had to learn. There was some, like, when I was younger, there was some very attractive women. It got back to me. I blew it. I blew it. Some attractive women had that same attitude. Oh, nah, she wouldn't want to deal with me. She wouldn't want to deal with me. Then I look back at some. I look back at quite a few. And they were, good Lord. And some of them, they would know somebody. I would know somebody in common. They would come back. Some dude would come back to me and say, yo, man, this woman want to know what's up with you. Why you tripping? She feeling you, but you ain't making a move. You know? So I said, you know what? Let me leave that alone. That was a lesson I learned. I was just like, oh, okay. Just go for it until she says no. Just go for it. You don't know. You don't know what turns a particular woman on. Even when, you know, even when some guys see a woman with a man that they consider ugly, they say, why is she with him? You don't know if that could probably turn her on. In fact, let me give y'all some shit. Who a woman get with is an indication of who she is. A man too is an indication. There's something about that person that reflects something within her. I don't care what she look like, no matter what. There's something in that woman that like that particular guy. You know? Even if you think it's a situation, yeah, even if it's a situation where you think, oh, well, man, maybe he got a lot of money and stuff. It's still something there. Because if a woman got the ability to, if a woman fine enough, she got the ability to get several men. If she's fine enough. If she's fine enough. Because if she's smart, she'll put herself in an environment where she can meet those type of men. But she picked that particular man. So what was it about him? And I know some people say, well, he's a simp, he's this or that. But it's still, it's something in her. He reflects something in her. So, you know, at one time, you know, on one level, you could say, yeah, consensus of women, a group of women do this. But then you deal with them enough, each one of them got their little nuance, every single one. Every single one. Even women influenced by their peers, at the end of the day, they're going to be selfish about what they want. But only way you're going to find out, you got to interact. You got to engage them. And like I said, like I'm going to keep emphasizing, the whole purpose of engaging them is to see what works for you. Because even when I talk body game, what do I say? Different bodies. Now, some guys just say, well, my body's this and that. Do women like it? Okay. You know? You know, don't, that's why I just say, the only thing I say with it is if women ain't complimenting your body, okay, then you need to change it and stuff. You need to change it. Figure out what, like, because that's why I'm like real critical of another man telling you you have to have this, you have to have that. Now, even myself, you know, I'll say in general, muscles matter to women having muscles, but that's still general. You don't know what that particular woman wants. I've known some women, they prefer them slim. I've known some women prefer them big. I told you, one woman I was dealing with, she said, I'm going to put 40 pounds on you. I'm like, well, another woman calling me small, and that was big. So it depends on the woman, what they like. You know? And your key is to find out, okay, what is it about you that attracts the most women, the greater variety of women? You know, what look do you have? You know? And that's why sometimes dudes ask me some stuff, and I say, well, I can't answer. I don't know what women like in you. Seriously. But only you can figure that out. But once again, you got to get in there. Let me use the basketball analogy again. I mean, a basketball coach, they can talk, they can do some videos, they can show you some stuff, how to do different moves. But when you get into the game, you got to figure out what works for you. You know, some people got a good post-up game. Some people, some men, they can, you know, they good rebounders, they ain't big scorers, but they can play that D. You know, they can play that D, they can rebound. Shoot, you get a point guard or something, shoot, they can't shoot for shit, but they can set up everybody else. That might be your game. You got to figure out, okay, what works for you, you know? I knew a dude, shoot, he couldn't shoot for shit, but he could finish like a motherfucker. He couldn't dunk. He just had to layup. But that dude, you get him out on the break, that was like 2 points right there. And then you got some other dude, they can't make a layup for shit. But you get, shoot, a 3-point shot for him is like a layup. But that's their game. You know, but the only way you're going to know is you got to get out and play. You got to interact. You got to talk to women. Now, if somebody say, well, you know, I talked to some women, they were rejecting me. Okay, what was it about you they were rejecting? And don't assume, don't say, because women, unless you just obnoxious, they don't just look at you and say you ugly. They usually try to keep it peaceful because, quite frankly, many women are afraid you might get crazy or something. So they'll try to keep it as peaceful as possible. And indeed, some women, they might still give you a number, a wrong number or something. You know, and then just get out of there real quick. As long as you like ain't too crazy about it. But even then you gotta learn, okay, what did you do? What did you do? Then after a while you can say boom, boom, boom. That's why I say certain times take one look at a woman and I already know from her body type, social class, everything about her look, everything, boom, all right. She has a 80% chance of being receptive. I'm gonna have to work with that next one. She ain't gonna be as receptive. I might have to push it a little bit. It's like, so you just, you know, it's just like boom, boom, boom. But you only know that if you get out there, you know what works for you. That's the important thing. But that's the only way you're gonna really learn it. You gotta talk. You gotta engage. You know? Start with at least saying hi to at least 3 women. See how they respond. Pay attention to body, learn to read body language. Which ones are smiling when they see you? You know, how they standing. You know, when you talk to them, what do they like? What do they get excited to talk about? And what are they kind to? Like, let me talk about the body language thing, because a lot of guys be like wondering about reading a woman's body language. Only way you can learn is pay attention. Okay, if her body language is this, what is she doing? If she says this, what is she doing? You know, you just figure that out. I mean, that's it to it. Seriously, it's not rocket science, you know? It really isn't rocket science and stuff. Got the sun right in my eyes and shit. But anyway, though, that's it. But you gotta get out there. And I'm gonna find that video. I'm gonna see if, I think we had a tape of we were doing that two-piece with the Mambo sauce. It was a couple years ago. Yeah. Used to have it as a trailer video. But no. That looked like somebody used to know. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good thing. Somebody was gonna go to their job. Yeah, I'd be like, you always talking about going to somebody's job. I'm way more vicious than people realize. Yeah, way more vicious. It just is. It just is. I ain't bragging. It just is. Something I gotta keep under control, so you know, Popo don't come visit me. So that's why I really work to stay calm. But anyway, though, that's it for now. But seriously, you gotta get out there. I mean, you know, you can watch videos, you can do all that, but you ain't gonna know shit until you start engaging with women and then figuring out how to win. You know, don't make assumptions. You know, don't think, oh, all these women are bad. Did you talk to all of them? And then even the ones that treated you bad, say 20 women treated you bad and they did this and that. The only thing those women had in common wasn't them. The only thing those women had in common was you. That's the only thing they had in common. I don't care even if they all the same race, same social class, no matter how much alike they look, the only thing they had in common is you. So you want to change shit, you change yourself. But you're not going to know how to change yourself until you interact with women and learn. Because the game is inside of you. Shout out Mr. LaCar, you always say that. But you change yourself, you change shit. I've seen that happen. I always say, I remember before I really got into my body and stuff, there were some women straight friends on me. And then got the body type, the same women. The same women were doing vile things to my body. But what changed? The women would stay the same. All I did was change myself. Even some women, I had like a personality conflicts with. There's plenty of them. I just said, you know, they did something, I just changed it. Because usually what I would do, I just like step back. I wouldn't even try to like change them. I just step back. I just changed myself and then they change. That's where your power is within. All right. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Yeah. That's all I got for today. God damn, yo. I like that look. Yeah, look at that joy. Yeah. Told y'all, slight dimples. Anyway, I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.